When does a relationship really start? Sharp Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, all for a boss life secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. And before I get started, like, share this video, and subscribe if it's your first time being here. So, I got this question from a new subscriber. He wanted to know. He said he's been hanging out with this new girl, and he says they've been spending a lot of time together. He took her out on a couple dates, or quote quote semi date. Because as you know, we're here in the United States of America. We're in a quote quote pandemic, and there's a lot of restrictions as far as places to go, and you gotta wear masks and all that good stuff. depending on how you see it. But I tried to look at things through the positive lens. I try to learn from any and every situation that I encounter. So I'm trying to be positive about this whole pandemic COVID-19 experience that we're all having. It's impacting all of our lives, regardless of how you feel about it. So, he's bottom line is he's been spending time with a girl, and this is a one question I always ask most people. They always ask, okay, so when does a relationship start? And I always ask this one question. I say, have you hit it yet? And some guys say yes, some guys say no. I even ask women the same thing. If a woman comes to me, I'll ask her, how many y'all had sex yet? Because that's when the relationship starts. The relationship starts, especially if you're a guy, when you hit it. When y'all start smashing, that's when the relationship really starts. Yeah, I know. You're communicating, you're getting to know this person. You um, you might happen to meet her parents if they still living, or you meet her friends, y'all hanging out, and you're going places together, you're spending money, and uh, y'all having candlelight dinners. Yeah, I know. But that doesn't really mean much. That's just a start. In sales, they always say nothing happens until you sell something. Nothing happens until something moves. So the same rules apply with relationships between man and woman. Nothing really happens until y'all have sex. And why is this important? Because most people are putting on a front in the beginning when they first meet somebody. Most people put their best foot forward when they first meet someone. But when y'all have sex, that makes you vulnerable. You're naked. For crying out loud. You're naked. You can't get no more vulnerable than that when you're naked. So if you're naked, you can't hide no more. It's gonna come out. You came in the world naked, and you probably gonna leave naked. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. You have a funeral. You might get cremated, whatever, whatever. But you came in the world naked, right? Well, that makes you vulnerable with somebody, especially as a woman. For a woman to get naked with a guy, that takes a lot. Even if she's a prostitute, because she has to feel safe that you ain't no lunatic or no maniac or no weirdo. For her to get that comfortable and feel safe, safe around you, you know. So that takes a lot for a woman to do that. So once you cross that line, you're not. She's not gonna be able to hide but so much, and you're not gonna be able to hide but so much. Whatever she's hiding, it's always something. Seems like a woman's hiding from you in the beginning. And maybe you're not being real either. Maybe you're not being so honest. If so, it's going to come out. It's going to come out. Yeah, it always does. Just give it time. It always comes out. But that's when the relationship really starts. You can talk all day on the phone. You can spend all this time together. You can y'all can make all these plans together. You can say, "Hey, we're Sullivan until we get married and all that stuff." But until y'all have sex, you got nothing. You just making plans. Y'all just getting to know each other. You can get to know anybody without having sex. People do that all the time. But the relationship really begins once that happens. And that's how it is. There's a lot of people out here that, they go and they say, hey, we're not gonna have sex until we get married or whatever. And that's cool. So they'll date 6 months, a year, 2 years, sometimes longer than that, before they decide to get married. And then on the night of the marriage, that's when they'll have sex for the first time. And that's when a relationship really starts. So all that time they spent together, that really don't really mean much. It's a good start, but the relationship starts when you really have sex. That's when it really starts. Because you don't really have a connection there. You don't really have a bond. Yeah, you might have some chemistry, whatever. But you're not going to know for a fact until you have sex. A lot of people aren't going to be honest and tell you that. But that's the truth. That's the truth, man. That's the difference between a friendship and a relationship. Sex is the next progression from being friends to going into a relationship. And I say that because it's possible to be friends with a woman. I have I don't know, 2, 3 women as friends. It's possible. But it's going to be dependent upon the guy. Because women aren't looking to be friends with guys. But a guy can be friends with a woman. And notice how I said that. I said a guy can be friends with a woman. I didn't say that a woman could be friends with a guy. The reason why I said it like that is because if a man wants to be friends with a woman, it's going to be the responsibility is going to be on him. If you leave it up to her, it ain't gonna work. She gonna bounce back and forth. One minute she wants to be friends with you, the next minute she wants to have sex with you. That ain't no friendship. That's what some women call a play brother, or what else they say? Play brother, or booty call. They don't even know what to call it. They just, they get caught up into their emotions. And then they said, oh, the relationship is complicated. It ain't complicated. They're just justifying why they did what they did in regards to their actions. And then when she said the relationship was complicated, it's going to end up being nothing. It ain't going to last. You know why it's not going to last? Because there's no barriers that was set. There's no boundaries that was set. It's just whatever. So if you leave the relationships up to the women, it's going to crash and burn. That's why this is where your leadership skills come into play. Now, if you have to develop your relationship skills, because maybe you bought into the illusion of I gotta listen to the woman. Listen to what the woman says, man. Happy life, happy wife. Maybe you bought into that philosophy. And that's why you're confused. That's why you're having so much problems, because you listen to what the woman says. And one day she could say this, next week she could say that, 6 months later she could say something entirely different. So whatever a woman says, don't take it personal, take it with a grain of salt. Always remember that. That way you won't get pissed off like a lot of guys. You're going to have you have to understand, whatever type of relationship you want, you can have it. And you don't have to put a name on it or stick on it. And I talk about this in my book, Boss Life Secrets. You can have any relationship with almost any type of woman you want. And a woman or maybe, check this out. This is what happens a lot. Maybe the type of women that you're running into, they're not really feeling you like that. They don't want the relationship you want. And that's okay. There's a woman out there that's for that type of relationship that you want. Maybe you just haven't met her yet. But you can have any type of relationship you want. There's the possibilities are endless. You're just around in the wrong circles or the wrong environment. Because you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Write that down. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So whenever you're out and about talking to people and meeting women, maybe you get rejected. I don't necessarily believe in that shit, but that's it. Let's just say it. Maybe you get rejected. Maybe she didn't respond the way you would like. She just might not be the right person, that's all. And that's okay. That's the part of the game. Everybody's not for you. But there's a lot of women out here that is. Now, you might have to go on a new location. And that's okay. That's cool. Everybody might not be up to your speed. They might not be on your level. That's a part of life. You can have the relationships you want with almost any woman. It starts with you, and it also ends with you. See, you think more than likely you think it starts with the woman. No. That's the mistake that a lot of guys make. That's what they call being a man. That's what they call manning up. You got to take responsibility for everything that happens in your life. Now, is everything your fault? No. But you got to take responsibility. Why? Because it's your life, bro. No one's ever going to care as much as you. No one's going to be dedicated to your life, your plans, as much as you. So you got to take responsibility. You got to lead by example. Can't be out here slacking. Can't be out here not being consistent and not being disciplined. There's a lot of traps out here. The traps have been set. It's your job to learn how to navigate around a lot of these trappings. Because you have to realize that the game is rigged out here. There's one group of people have it better than the rest of us. So the game is rigged. So you have to be able to navigate around that and still prosper. And you can do it. I've been doing it for a long time. Am I where I want to be in life? No. Do I have a lot of successes? Yeah. Do I still have a lot of work to do or things to do? Do I have more goals, desires, dreams, etc.? Yeah. Do I feel good about myself? Yeah. We could all get better in a lot of different areas. Am I still working on myself? Yeah. Do I lead by example every day? Yeah. You know? But hey, you can meet all these women. I meet women all the time. Matter of fact, I'm down here near Myrtle Beach for the weekend, Labor Day weekend. I met a woman last night at the store, at the gas station. She was working there. I chopped it up with her for like 10, 15 minutes. She wasn't really, she alright. I probably won't call her though, you know. But hey, you can meet all these women. You talk to them on the phone, spend all the time with her, spend all the money you want with her, all that good stuff. But nothing happens until you hit it. Just like nothing happens in sales until you sell something. So always keep that in mind. And always keep in mind that you can have any relationship you want. You just have to meet the women that are down with what you're down for. That's it, bro. Like, share this video. Tell me what you think below. Check out my book, Boss Life Secrets, that can be found on Amazon.com. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.